Hi, everybody. This is Samuel Durbidge, and I wanted to welcome you back to my channel. I haven't posted a video for a while, but I wanted to do a simple fact of something that I feel of an achievement. I'll probably do another video on my other channel, possibly, but for now I'll do it on this one. I am no longer part of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. My records have been pulled as of yesterday, Friday the 26th of 2020. It was confirmed. I even have information that I posted on Facebook and even on Twitter, letting it be known to show the email. And I made sure to put the part of the email that I feel it was at 6 p.m. It was received. Um, the the night before telling me about it. So officially, they confirmed that as of the 26th of June, 2020, I'm considered no longer part of the church. But I think it was pulled way before that. But I've been waiting since December of 2019. On the 7th of uh, December is when I processed it and was waiting for it to be confirmed. I do have the information confirming that I did get it signed and notarized, and it was sent, and the way I did it was through quitmormon.com. Well, I wanted to let you be aware that I am so happy now that I'm free from that situation that I felt mattered to me, that I didn't feel right about being part of that. But I'm not against those that choose to do what they feel they should do for their own path and their own life. I would recommend to research and be safe and be aware, because there are things going on in all faith and religions and societies that not all of them tell you. And that's why I questioned and thought for myself, and I followed what my heart knew mattered. My brain and my awareness and my experiences advised me for my safety and happiness, and for my full heart representation for others, that I would hope that they're okay, and because of things I notice and witness. I'm against any form of emotional, physical, or secret emotional or physical or metaphysical, any forms of secret or upfront abuse that others have pushed people into doing. But I also believe in forgiveness, and I believe in love, but I believe in a forgiveness with your own protective conditions that you can handle. That means forgiving yourself for what you're unable to forgive, but doesn't mean that you allow abuse to continue either. It's about following what matters and doing what's right for what you feel is right for your needs and your happiness and your direction of path, for your life path and beyond. So I'm so grateful for that. It's just amazing. And I'm bringing up a lot of, I'm so happy that I'm so grateful, because I'm letting you be introduced to the way of thinking and focusing. Another form of thinking of thought is, instead of focusing on people's experiences or where you see them as now, instead of thinking, oh, that person's poor, or I know that person's poor, or I know that person's rich, or I know that person seems to be rich or seems to be poor. But a lot of the statements can affect you too, and those that you care about. Do you really want someone to tell you what you feel you are that you do not desire to be? No, you want to be built up. But you can forgive those people and give them insight, because we all have been conditioned or thought to think in those patterns. And it's okay. We make mistakes and we just be aware of them, and then we go that direction. But we should never put anybody down or expect others to think that they meant to do that, or that they did that because of conditioning or being brain controlled. Um, we all are affected by whatever we're affected, and it could be true and it could be untrue based on what we have seen, experienced, or have been told is true or untrue. It's all about the heart. When you follow your heart, and regardless of what is or what isn't, do what you know you've witnessed and feel is necessary. But at the same time, it is good to build people up, build yourself up. Self-worth and genuine, authentic focus is important. And personal wants are very important, because if you want something to go a certain direction, and then you don't do it, and you do it because others expect things for you, and then you complain that you did it for them and you didn't really do it for yourself, and that you're upset that you did it, then why did you even choose to do it? Don't do anything you don't feel is wanted or desired. Follow what you feel is important. But if you're doing it so that you can complain more, well, then that's your vibration. That's the direction you're choosing to follow. You want to complain, and we all do it when we feel as needed. And sometimes we're doing it because we want people to relate with us and to be there for us so that we can get to accomplish what we're really desiring. We're letting it be known so that it can be corrected. Sometimes we're telling it because we want others to know that these things are serious and they do happen. That's why I've done a lot of the videos I have. But today I wanted you to be aware that what you can do is lift your hearts up, celebrate for things that you feel grateful for. And right now I am so grateful that I've been able to achieve that, because I put a lot of thought in it. It took me a very long time. And even if I jumped into it when I did, part of me feels like I would have done it way sooner, because of the feeling that it felt when I first even just processed it. Now, after it's been done, since I already had that feeling of processing it, I already knew that it was right. So you don't have to re-feel the original feeling you felt when you first did it. Because when I first did it, I felt that it was already done, and that was all that was required. But I did want this other to be done. And part of me wonders, did it really happen? It makes me question, because yes, Mormon confirmed that it was pulled, and I trust and hope that what they said was true. But it would be really nice to have confirmation from the actual church leadership or whatever, telling me personally through my attorney connections that it fully has been pulled. But them not doing that and just having it go through my attorneys, and my attorneys telling me through them, it's kind of a hearsay through them. And so I hope that they're being honest and truthful. And for me, I feel that it's true. I feel that it's been pulled, because they're an attorney group, and they were saying the other attorney group said that they're not, that they've chosen to pull, and they agreed to pull them like I requested. So I do have the documents and the information to confirm that it was supposed to be pulled, and that it was said to be pulled. At this, and I was told I wouldn't get a confirmation letter from that church telling me whether they will or not, because they don't. I guess they don't do that anymore, or they were told, but I don't know. So part of me wonders, was it done, or are they just covering their butts to act like they did and lie? So I don't know, because I've been avoided and forgotten and ignored by that church in the first place many times throughout my life. They always forgot about my age and when I was ready to be the age of certain things. Many times I was always pushed aside, or in ways at times I didn't want to be pushed aside that really mattered to me. And then there was times that they made up for it in their own way of belief, to try to make me feel great in other ways, but not in the way that I really felt I wanted to feel and have. So I think it was more about their feelings of self-worth, that they felt was what they thought self-worth is. And it's really about you for your heart. So all I know is I was told it's been pulled, and so it should. And I kept that information for legal information for myself, to confirm and to be that way. But if it hasn't, then they need to, because legally, saying that it's been done and then it not being done would be against the law for the groups to do. So it would be preferable if I got the real confirmation from that society itself and an apology for the reasons why I chose to leave, that they know was because of how I was treated and how I was tricked and indoctrinated and pushed down. But I don't expect it. I don't expect an apology, but I would hope that they would do the right thing because they believe in doing the right thing. But I don't want any abuse or connections to what I felt and noticed was going on. And I think that they should be aware of that, and that they should stop doing that to others. But it's a shady society. It's a cult system, so I don't think that they're going to do that. And that's my interpretation and awareness of it because of what I went through. And if others went through what I went through, they would understand why I call it that. It's not to put down, it's not to be that way. It's because I have seen it that way and have been affected by that in that way, and there's no heartfelt understanding about that abuse, and by others who know that it occurred. And that's kind of what criminals do. So it doesn't mean that the whole church or people within the church know that that's going on. They just need to do their research and look into it like I did. And they would need to go through what I went through in order for them to really understand it. But they'd have to see it in their way of understanding in order to really see that it occurred. And I wouldn't want anybody to have to go through that. I don't want people to have to suffer like I had and like others have had to go through that. I would hope that they would recognize the pain that was done, and if they really care, they would provide what we feel is needed for us without expecting us to return or to be connected to them at all. And having it go through other channels if we don't feel safe to have it go through their channel because of their abuse that was done. And so it's about making amends, and it's about doing the right thing and just going from there. It's like the Frozen 2 movie. And I really love Mormon Enlightenment and My Spiritual Life. I know that there's many other channels that I enjoyed watching here and there. Zelf on the Shelf was cool at first, and then, and I got entertained by a lot of their information. For me, I was just looking for people that could relate with me individually, or that could support or be there for me as a person. But I am grateful that everybody went through their path and their direction. I'm so happy for them, because it is like the coolest thing to be the full you. And it doesn't matter how we look or how we seem to look. We look better when we finally follow our bliss. Like, my hair today is just, I didn't do much to it, and it looks amazing to me. And so honestly, it's all about your heart, and it's about doing what you know is important to your heart and to your self life. And if you want to be rich, then tell yourself you're rich. You don't need to focus on things that you're poor in, or your lack of income, or lack of this, or lack of that. And do the same for others. Don't look at their lack. If you see that they desire something, start looking at them in that way. Start saying, hey, you have this. Because isn't that what you would want for yourself? Isn't that what you would want people to do for you, if that's something that you would want to be seen as? Even if it seems to be untrue, you'd say, you know what? You may be this way, but I see that you've achieved more, and that you're not going to be this way anymore. And you don't need to put a time limit on it. You don't need to say it's going to happen. It may be tough. It may be this. No, you don't need to put labels on it. Just tell them, you know what? You're awesome. Just keep doing things you love. What is it you want to do right now? Go do it. And if you're unable to do because of funds or whatever, then do something equivalent that you can do without needing funds. Or here, let me give you this. Maybe help them. Maybe be there for them if you're able to. I would love it if someone just gave me a gift out of nowhere. That would be awesome. That's part of my vision board focus, is that I'll get a gift out of nowhere, And I've done this focus before, and it worked. And I just believed, okay, I'm going to get $80, and I got $80 that day. It was amazing, and it was a few years ago, but it was like I didn't know who was going to give it to me. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know at all. And there's times that I snapped to believe that a light would change, like a street light when I'm walking or when I was driving or whatever, and it would. And I've seen people's faces when I did it. I would prove it to them. I'd say, look at this, I can make this happen. And I just did it by belief. And because they believed in that belief, it helped it happen because they were, and it shocked them. They were just like, whoa, that guy just manifested the street light to turn or did this. And I said, well, there's some kind of belief and some kind of connection. And even if it's a coincidence, it kind of is and it kind of isn't. What it is sometimes it's because people are monitoring and noticing and they're like, okay, I'll give it to you. But it's because they chose to by your belief that it will happen and that it can. Now, there's times that you believe that something will happen and it doesn't happen right away in the timing you say that it will. But as long as you don't put your attention or worry about its timing and you still trust that it does happen, it will happen sooner than it would have. And that's what's so great. But you don't need to put a timing or how long it will take or how long it will take the universe. It can happen anytime, any place. And when two or more people are doing it together and improving and bringing people up and encouraging it, saying, you know what, it's going to happen. You know what, you are this. We can see this. Let's just keep talking about it being real, because that's what you want right now. You want to be built up. You don't want to feel bad about it. Now, if you want to feel bad about it so that then you can get it out of you and stop worrying about it, sometimes you got to do that if that's what you feel is needed. Then once you've done that, then go back to what you feel is needed and believe that it will show up. So once you've gotten out of your system, done your recording journals or whatever, and vented it all out, then you can finally go towards the next step. Sometimes you have to let things be aware that you're struggling in if that's what you feel is needed. But it doesn't mean that you need to do that. Really, all you really need to do is bless it into being. It's the energy science way. And people are so have propaganda towards the ideas of believing, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. Well, you know what? If it requires for you to do those things and you want to be part of that and you're okay being part of it and it's not going to impede any certain freedoms or things that you would like to achieve in, sometimes by complying, you would get benefits for choosing to comply. But if you don't, choose to comply to a certain rule or society ideal, then you'll have certain consequences or things that could happen. But it doesn't mean that you have to do those things. Do what you feel your heart tells you is required for you or that is okay for you, and then you feel is necessary, and you'll be led to things that will let you do those things. Be the you want. Yes, you're going to have people that feel they have power over you or that will try to have power over you to stop you from having your desired dream life or try to keep you in their system even if you get out of it. And they may try to get certain systems that you're a part of to control your societal ways. But do you know what? You made the choice to be you, and they're scared. So they try to do these other controls to control you more so that you can't be the free you, so that you're still afraid because they want you afraid so that they have more power over you. But it's about what you do with the situation that's presented to you and how you handle it. If you don't allow the power to be held against you, or you do what you can and you don't act out or restrain yourself or do things that would you feel that would physically affect you or your vibration, then you're okay. It's all about your vibration of focus. What is it you're feeling matters to you, and then the fake controls will shatter. It's really impressive. The flash is about to happen. The sun has different things going on with it. And I watch other channels that have noticed things on the sun, like Gina's channel. I maybe eventually I'll put her channel on there, but I watched a Gina channel that she talked about um, different beings coming and Christ type of stuff, but mostly like the sun, monitoring the sun, and noticing that there was a parasite on it in this last month or so, a few weeks ago. And it was pretty impressive because she was saying that the sun seems to be charging up and kicked it off. Now, I remember this happening last year too, or June, or a memory of this being seen before. But I have memories as if I've seen a moment that's already occurred or reoccurred because they try to bring up these things over and over throughout the years to bring it up more to show that it's happening again because things like to repeat or show us over and over until it's ingrained into being noticed. So sometimes you won't notice something until like a year later, and then you'll notice that it was a year later video, but you won't know that it's a year later video because they didn't put it as a year old video, or it doesn't tell you that it is. And so you think it's current. And so there's a lot of tricks and a lot of reoccurring factors that happen for certain agendas or direction that society and other forms of universe connection does for their own reasons and their own focuses so that they can achieve what they need to achieve at a certain time or to be remembered so that when it needs to be remembered it will be. And so it's all about subliminal messaging, controlled symbols, what we desire and hope for. But really, we're all amazing. You're amazing, and you have self-worth. You matter. So I bless you all from my heart to yours, and I tell you, you matter. Your heart is tugging at you right now, deep within you, even if it's just a tiny bit. There is light within you that's trying to get you to recognize that you are your dreams. That whatever you want, put a vision board together, or look up the movie The Secret, or watch certain things that you get drawn to that promote ideas and things that you feel drawn to and feel you want to experience and have. But make sure it's you that wants it, no one else. I've also heard of the 4 pillars of society. And that is interesting because that shows that there's 2 things missing. Because the 4 pillars already have the inner pillar, the God connection, the oneness within. But so it's really 5. But you got the 4 pillars connected to the God within. But then you got the 2 other, which would be the 7 seals idea or the Metatron cube. I have this thing right here showing you it right now. This is amazing. It's Tesla coil and other stuff. But this is what I'm talking about. So usually what they do is they do this one down here where my fingernail is, that one, and then the other one on the other side, and then this one, and then the top. Those are the 4 pillars, and then the middle would be, the dot would be the God. But they're missing the top left and the top right. But the symbols aren't always the same with these necklaces that I have. Sometimes the symbols are in different places, I notice, because I have 3 of these, because I charge them up in the sun and by my salt. But it's really powerful stuff, and this protects you from frequencies or energies, but mostly I just wear it because I feel that it's helped. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I notice that it's helped, but I also use other things that I've noticed that help and that I feel drawn to and utilize. But I wanted you to know that you individually matter. If you want to call me, you can. My phone number is 801-499-4494. Text me so that I know that you're calling if you can't get through. Leave a voicemail if you're unable, and we can do a manifestation technique, or we can talk about what it is you desire to have in your life, and we can talk about it as if it's real. And we can just say that it's real. And then I can tell you a technique that I learned that Greg Braden and other information out there has said from ancient texts that we can utilize. But really, all you have to say is say that it's real to you. And when you do it with other people that believe the same, and you bring it up to where they believe that it's real, it manifests it in their life of belief to be real. That's why this whole ideas of saying this is going on and that there's no proof and getting you to think that there is and putting all this proof together for you to see it in the way of just trusting it rather than experiencing it yourself to confirm what is being taught to you and told to you. Really, you can actually call utopia into existence just by saying, you know what? Utopia exists for me. My utopia for me exists. I have all the needs I want. I've met the higher beings. They're with me. I'm with them. I have a wonderful life, wonderful spouse, wonderful wife, wonderful excitement, societal desires. Really, just talk about those things. So focus on what it is that you really want right now. What is it that would make your day? What would be so awesome, so magical that you would just be so grateful for? And I mean, think bigger than what you're thinking. Go beyond it. Be aware of any of the worries about what could happen by getting it. And if any worries come in after you believe that you do it, and if you decide to want more, go for more. Go for the desired. But for me, I go from what the least I would be okay with to the highest. So money-wise, 400 million. Sounds like a lot of money to some people, but not to everybody. And then 8 billion would be the highest. Now, why would that be required? Well, to cover any taxes, I would at least have 200 without having to worry about that. And then I would cover other expenses and needs that are required from that. And then I would give gifts. I would prefer 8 billion because then I could give more gifts and build companies or build a society where we can make a free society from that rather than having to worry about it. And then I'd have at least enough for my life and others would have enough for theirs. So this is what this is about. Follow your heart. Care about who you are. Don't let anybody tell you that you're something that you don't desire to be, even if you are that, or you feel that you're that, or you see or seem that way because of certain unfortunate circumstances that you grew up with or that you have brought to people's attention about. Well, this is my attention right now. I attend and I will what I wish to be now, now, now. I desire the funds, the financial freedom, and I have that. And I've had many blessings many times. And that is actually very true. I've seen many financial blessings in my life, many times, that would surprise people. So it's not about whether you come across as poor or rich. Tell each other you're rich, exactly in the way you desire to be, even if it seems untrue. Just tell it. Just say it. That's a vibration. That's a prayer. Speak it. You have $1 billion. You have $8 billion. You have $800 billion. You have $8 trillion. You have whatever you feel you require and what you actually will require. No matter what circumstances of life or universe comes at you, you are unlimitedly abundant and financially secure. Tell yourself that now, because you are. And keep repeating that to yourself as often as you feel you need to. Saying it helps the belief. Smile. Do a smile. It helps your serotonin levels and your energy levels to grow. Smile about things that you love. Focus on what made you feel happy in your life, when someone hugged you or cared about you, or when a pet played and was there for you and comforted you. Focus on what you want and don't be offended by letting it be known or be shy about it or scared about it unless you choose you want to be to certain people. That's understandable. But to those you would really want it from, be honest about it. But make sure you're careful of who you're honest to. Make sure that you know that they'll respond okay. And if they don't, make sure you can handle the response. Make sure you put barriers in place to protect you. And if you don't do enough, you're always welcome to come to me and talk to me, and we can correct that. and I can be there for you for free as a friend and as a spiritual advisor for you. This is not about me being above you or being able to do things that you can't do. You can do it on your own, yes. I'm just there to help boost your power up. And by boosting your power up, I would hope that you would want to do the same for me, but I don't require it. It is important and it does help because the more I'm boosted up to be able to be helped, I can do more for you and more for others. And that's what you would want too in the ways that you would like it as well, right? So as we individually help each other in the individual ways that the individual desires that you're okay doing, then do that. I'm also, just so you know, I am on sites and all sorts of stuff that I feel I should be on and that I've chosen to be on. Doesn't mean I'm going to be part of it, and I don't play games as much unless I desire to. And honestly, anybody that would like to date me or would like to go for me, please call me and text me. My phone number is 801-499-4494. Honestly, you got to let that be out there, and then you got to let them come to you. I've tried to go towards others, and it works, and then over time they show up when they're ready. But what is so important is just let it be known of what your desires and hopes are and be open to each other. Honestly, I'm a cuddler. I want to cuddle. I want to watch shows. I like to watch romantic shows and fun shows, and I like to watch shows that I would like to share with this individual about what's helped me in my life and what I've learned from it in. And sometimes I like to watch it in order just in case I miss something and just in case I can learn from them on what they like to see the differences or the connections that we might have that we never knew was there. So anyway, I want to let you know that I love you all. I bless you all. And I hope that you have a wonderful, loving, beautiful life and beyond. You are a treasure. And you are unlimited abundance in all areas of life. So if you would like to reach out to me, you're welcome to. You can also email me at derbidgesamuel@gmail.com. If you're unable to do both, you can comment on this video. I just want to let you know that I bless you. I care about you. I want all to know that I am there. As long as I'm comfortable and willing to, I will be there as best as I can. So all of you, good luck to you, and I'm just so excited that I've been able to share with you that I'm out of that church and it's official, and I just feel amazing because it was something that I feel was an accomplishment so that I can finally be the full me. So bless you all. Take care.